The Last Ride. The rain poured heavily that night, drumming against the roof of the nearly empty bus. The dim interior lights flickered as the vehicle rumbled down a narrow, winding road. At the back of the bus, the conductor, an old man named Mong Leo, leaned against a seat, counting the crumpled bills in his hand. It was supposed to be his last trip before retirement. 40 years of working the night shift, and finally he was ready to rest. But tonight felt different. The air inside the bus was cold, unnervingly so, and a strange, musty scent clung to the seats. At exactly midnight, the bus slowed down near a deserted stop. A woman in a pale dress stood in the rain. Her face was hidden by long, wet hair, and she clutched a black umbrella that never seemed to open. Mang Leo hesitated. There wasn't supposed to be anyone there. No passengers ever waited on that stretch of road. Still, he signaled to the driver to let her in. She boarded in silence. Her skin was deathly pale, and her eyes, when she glanced up, were sunken and hollow. She handed Mang Leo a coin, old and tarnished, before gliding to the last row. As the bus moved on, Mang Leo felt a chill creep up his spine. Something was wrong. He knew all the regulars on this route, but he had never seen her before. He decided to check on her. When he reached the back, the seat was empty. But there, lying on the cushion, was the same black umbrella. His heart pounded as he turned back toward the driver, but the front of the bus was gone. Only darkness stretched before him. The hum of the engine faded. A whisper came from behind. "One last ride, Mang Leo." He turned, but the woman was nowhere to be seen. Instead, the bus was filled with shadowy figures, passengers who had vanished from his routes over the years. When the police found the bus the next morning, it was empty, abandoned by the roadside. The only trace of Mang Leo was his cap, lying on the last seat, right beside a black umbrella. And some nights on the old mountain road, drivers still report seeing a bus rolling by. No passengers, no driver, just the faint echo of a conductor calling Bayadpo. The Last Ride, Part 2. A week after Mang Leo's mysterious disappearance, the bus company sent a new conductor named Eric to replace him. Young and eager, Eric dismissed the old-timers' warnings about the haunted route. "Ghosts don't ride buses," he laughed, brushing off the stories of phantom passengers. His first night on the route was uneventful, until the clock struck midnight. As the bus rounded a bend near the abandoned stop, a figure emerged from the darkness. A woman in a pale dress holding a black umbrella. The driver shivered but slowed down. "Do we pick her up?" he whispered. Eric scoffed. "A fare is a fare." She boarded without a word, her cold gaze sending a chill through him. She handed Eric an old coin, the same tarnished metal the others had described, before sitting silently at the last row. Curiosity gnawed at him. When the bus reached the final stop, he turned to collect her fare, but the seat was empty, save for the black umbrella. His heart pounded. Still, he shook it off. Maybe she slipped out unnoticed. But strange things began to happen after that night. Passengers would vanish between stops, the engine sputtered despite regular maintenance, and every midnight, the pale woman returned, always handing him the same cold, heavy coin. One evening, determined to solve the mystery, Eric brought an old journal with him, Mang Leo's diary, which he found tucked inside the conductor's locker. Its yellowed pages detailed decades of passengers, but one entry stood out. Midnight. The woman with the black umbrella returned. Last time, she whispered a name, mine. That night, as the bus rolled past the haunted stop, the woman appeared again, but this time, as Eric took her coin, she spoke, "You're next." Panic surged through him, but he played it cool, deciding to confront her directly. He followed her to the last row, but she vanished before his eyes. In her place lay a cap. Mang Leo's cap. The next morning, Eric didn't show up for work. The bus was found abandoned at the same spot as before, empty, except for the cap and a black umbrella. To this day, no conductor lasts long on that midnight route. And when the clock strikes 12, drivers warn new hires never to accept a coin from a woman with a black umbrella, unless they're ready for their last ride.